Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard and Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olson, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Grifflet, who's just... Well, he was trying to kind of fit in with Mablung and Damrod. He always likes to hang out around with celebrities. It's a tendency of his, but, of course, the longer he stands near Mablung and Damrod, the more he is merely shamed by the gorgeous green color of their surcoats and cloaks, and the more he finds himself consumed with envy that he has not found awesome Ranger of Ithilien cosmetics, as he has so faithfully done every side quest in Ithilien as he's come through. He is, Drow Snake, rather green with envy, though the green of his envy is nowhere near as lush and beautiful as the green of their cloaks and surcoats. But that is okay. Grifflet is attempting to console himself with the news that he recently received that Lotro is confirmed going to Umbar soon, and so therefore Grifflet is hoping that someday he himself will have an awesome green cummerbund and a matching magenta vest and turban. That is really begins to be some of the pinnacles of his sartorial aspirations. However, we will see. Phil, maybe he will get some nice studs in Northern Ithilien. He will hold out hope. There is still time. There is still time. Oh, he forgot to get his presents today. That will never do. What does he get? Enhancement runes? Oh, that's actually a little bit useful. Eventually. Toes of defense. Less useful. Or at least less useful on account of I never used them. Which maybe I should, arguably. Okay. Anyway, my fault. Okay, so, Today, we are finishing Osgiliath. We're doing the last round of side quests, these rep quests, repeatable rep quests that we were given. But, you know, we can't just turn our backs on the Rangers of Ithilien who have asked for help here in Osgiliath. So we have this set of quests. We're going to go through this, and then we're going to do Ashes and Stars. And that last storyline should bring us to the end of Osgiliath and take us to Minas Tirith, I think. Hologro, oh man, I cannot imagine that J-Jax is not going to be at the epicenter of the Umbar quest lines, right? I mean, like, you can't possibly abandon a character like J-Jax. So, yeah, I mean, look, clearly, post-War of the Ring, we need a friendly king on the throne of Umbar, right? I mean, politically speaking, this is clearly King Alessar's move, right? And could there possibly be any better candidate for King of Umbar than J-Jax? You know, clearly that is the move. So we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Can you? I mean, just like even apart from the whole like political convenience for Gondor situation, can you even imagine how awesome a kingdom ruled by J-Jax would be? I mean, come on. It's just amazing. Anyway, sorry. Stop procrastinating. So what are we doing first? I don't even know. There's so many things. What's the blue? Surviving the darkness, huh? What's that one? Surviving the darkness, recover supply stores, of course. Yeah, let's start there. Absolutely. What could be better? In our beginning is our end. Which means I should save it for the last, I suppose. But we'll start with what we know, and that is recovering Ranger supplies. I like the view of the Dome of the Stars in that. And by the way, that reminds me, I was kind of hoping to get... You call that a hidden supply? Hidden from whom? Seriously. That is lame. So lame. That's not a hidden supply. Look, if Grifflet knows one thing, it is about the hiding and recovering of hidden supplies, okay? He has gained a recent and notable expertise on this subject. And the idea that just putting a bag off to the side against the wall... I didn't see any river slugs before. That's interesting. Anyway, I can't even. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm shocked and appalled. Oh, you think that maybe those supplies just failed their stealth roll? Possible, I suppose. That treasure catch isn't any part of any of my quests, is it? Treasure of Eastern Gondor? Find Eastern Gondor's lost treasures? Oh, that's just a deed, right? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Grifflet. Even Grifflet has limits. Okay, well maybe I shouldn't have no, I was gonna say maybe I shouldn't have mocked that hidden supply so badly. As I've gotta find 12 of these and they're getting scarce on the ground. Okay. Let me attempt to do some more lore questions today. Okay, so Phil was asking, where is it said that Numenoreans would not grow beards? I noticed just now that Denethor and Lotro has a beard, so I was wondering whether that's mentioned somewhere that they're not allowed to use. It's not that it's mentioned somewhere they're not allowed to use necessarily. Hang on. First of all, the question of what they can and can't use. What they can use and what they can, like, explicitly cite and draw upon are two different things. That is to say, you are not allowed to adapt a story, allude to characters, use names, that kind of thing, whose primary text is a text you don't have the rights to. So the classic example two quick examples. You couldn't tell the story of, say, Orome wandering Middle-earth, coming as a hunter to Middle-earth, because he is, his story, that story of him coming to Middle-earth as a hunter, is only told in the Silmarillion. So you can't do that. But that doesn't mean you can't do anything, right? Similarly, you can't tell the Beren and Luthien story, because the Beren and Luthien story, the primary version of the Beren and Luthien story is in the Silmarillion, so you have to have Silmarillion rights in order to tell the Beren and Luthien story. However, now this is true despite the fact that both of those two things that I mentioned, the name of Orome, the hunter, and Beren and Luthien, and even part of their story, is alluded to several times in The Lord of the Rings, which all, game licensees have license to. But that doesn't give them the right to use it. Just because some people talk like this and it's not true. Like, they mention Orome. Whoa. Sorry, lights just flickered here. We're having a snowstorm. I was having some power issues earlier, which is one of the reasons I was late today. There's a chance I could lose power and vanish. If I do, I apologize. We've got about 8 inches of very wet, very heavy snow, and it's still snowing. So, anyway, so yeah, there are people who talk like that, right? Like if there's anything is free game, if there's a reference to it in a book you have a license to, that's not true. However, it's also can be kind of flexible in the other direction. you don't have to, if you have read a book that you don't have the rights to, you don't have to pretend you've never heard of it before. You don't have to pretend you don't know anything that's in that book. You have to be careful about, telling stories that entirely depend on, story elements within the within the stories that you don't have the rights to. But you can work within that world to some extent. And also don't forget that every licensee works with representatives of the estate and Middle-earth Enterprises. That is, it's a discussion. It's not, it's not just like the relationship of the estate and of, as I said, Middle-earth Enterprises, HarperCollins, who holds the text rights. So any direct quotations have to be licensed, agreed to by HarperCollins. It's not just like the situation. I feel like sometimes people imagine that the situation is like if you're a a game developer or whatever, that the situation is that you're kind of like left on your own to do the thing, right? And the estate or HarperCollins or Middle-earth Enterprises is just kind of like sitting back waiting for you to screw up so that they can come after you. And that's not the situation. It's more of a collaboration. You can like ask for things. You can sort of, like negotiate things and stuff. Anyway, so that's the first thing. So I bring this up because I do not believe that the question of Numenoreans having beards. Oh, there we go. I don't believe that the questions of Numenoreans having beards is a question that is something that could be policed. I don't think it's even possible for it to be policed by the estate. I mean, what are they going to do? Like, force you to make Numenoreans in your game have beards? Right? So Tolkien writes, yeah, Numenoreans don't have beards. People of Numenorean, strong Numenorean descent don't have beards. Tolkien writes this. And so now you're a game developer and you're like, okay, so I think I'm going to not make my Numenoreans have beards. What are they going to come after you and be like, no, you have to make them bearded? Contrary to what Tolkien says, because he didn't say that in a book you had the rights to. So like, it's not even just that it's unenforceable, which is true, but it's would be silly for them to do. So there are lots of things. So it's actually a really kind of a good example of a thing that we're at the execution spot, right? That's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna defeat executioners. All right, fine. Anyway, so yeah, it's nobody wants that. It would never work that way. So yeah, it's not a story element. It's like a world building element, So anyhow, that's oh man, I was trying to do my things and I was just like too far away because he was walking too fast. Anyway, okay. So, the Numenoreans having beards, not a rights question, would never be a rights question that I could imagine. What it is a historical issue. That is, the place where it was revealed, I believe, for the first time, that that they did not have beards, Numenoreans did not have beards, was in the Nature of Middle-earth, which just came out, a year and a half ago, way after. So Lotro Denethor vastly predates the knowledge that Numenoreans did not have beards. So, that's... Oh, come on, man. I interrupted you fair and square. You're just being annoying. Anyway, so yeah, they had no way of knowing. And I think that they're... once they're kind of committed at this point, right? There are too many bearded Numenoreans, people of Numenorean descent out there in the Lotro story for them to kind of suddenly take it back at this point. So they're just sticking with what they got, which is fine. Oh, come on now. Don't you be spotting me. I have to do 8 of these guys. Oh, man, that was only 4. I don't think so, Phil. I think that was a revelation. That was among the Beards chapter is kind of a big deal in the Nature of Middle-earth. I think that way. I mean, maybe it was suspected. But remember, it came up, the Beard chapter, in the Nature of Middle-earth itself. Oh, he's a scout. Sorry. Oh, wait, I want this dude who's lounging on the rack. Except he's kind of in a crowd. I'm trying to see if I can get him without drawing the War Master. Maybe if I throw a knife at him from over here. No. War Master was too close. Oh, great. And an archer, too, huh? Well, let's see if we can pull this out. Yeah, I don't like it. Don't want to play that way, really. There are enough solo ones wandering about, minding their own business. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm pretty sure that that's when we learned. He did look comfy. That's exactly why Grifflet went after him. Why should this half-troll executioner be left to his cozy rest? I mean, admittedly, he could be using that rack for worse purposes. I mean, I'm not going to try to deny that. But still. Alright, over here it gets so populated. Can I pull this guy? Maybe I can. Yeah. Oh, seriously. You call that an induction? Okay. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at uh, okay. Let's see. Cutting class is asking about sources for skin color and race in Middle Earth. The place I would recommend you start is with the sort of the classic piece on this is Dimitri Fimi's, what is it, Culture and Race in Middle Earth. Book's about 10 years old now. More, a little bit more, maybe 12 years old. Good book. You could start with that. Yeah, so I mean, your question was, there's no out-and-out statement from Tolkien that it's impossible for darker-skinned races to exist within Middle-earth. Of course they can exist within Middle-earth. I will say here what I always say about this, and that is, I believe that you can see, especially in Tolkien's later life, a kind of... well, let me back up one step and say this in a different way. I've been talking recently on this stream, I believe, I've been talking about the fact that Tolkien... Let's see, I did that one. By Mind and Blade is this big white one? What's that? So I need to know what I'm doing before I start prattling here. Defeat Haradrim and Easterlings. All right, okay. All right, anywhere I find Haradrim and Easterlings, kill them. Okay. And surviving the darkness, that's still the supplies? Yeah, there's still supplies in this area. So I'll work down here towards the green, which is readying for war. Collect undamaged blades. Okay, right down by the armory. Okay. So I will go on looking for supplies and then move down towards the armory for blades. Got it. Headed in the right direction. Vaguely so. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to be in the theater. No. I mean, there are lots of Haradrim in here. I guess we could indulge just a little bit. Hey there, Easterling. You're going to count, right? By Mind of Blade, you sure are. Okay. Yeah, but see, I'm attracting orcs over here, and that's just a waste of time. So I don't think I've got a quest for you. No, just a deed. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, oh, right, world building. So I was talking about this just recently. When Tolkien began writing, began storytelling, he was interested in mythology. He was writing myth and fairy tale. Those were the two genres that he loved, and the two things that he was most interested in. So, what he was not... Yikes. Seriously? What he was not doing was the kind of careful world building that he became so justly famous for after the fact. I mean, that he is so famous for now. It's just was not the focal point of what he did. But as he went along, and in particular, it was the writing of the Lord of the Rings that really changed this for him. That he came to clearly really love world building, and he got so into it with all of his, his famous like moon chart, phases of the moon charts and everything else that he did, and it became something that he loved doing, until, of course, in the end, what we see him, and you can see this especially in the nature of Middle Earth. It's the main thing I am so grateful for that book, is how this really helps to sort of pull this picture together. Is that you can see him trying to marry the two things. That is, detailed world building, building a world that you could really invest secondary belief in, a world like, the Middle Earth of the Lord of the Rings, which just feels so real to everybody because it's so, it's imagined so clearly and in such detail. He wanted to marry that with mythology. And really do them both together, both at once. But as I say, that was a really gradual change for him. He was not thinking at the beginning, and so even in a sense at the beginning of writing The Lord of the Rings, there were still ways in which he was new to this, in which he was yeah, there were still ways in which he was not thinking consistently about the world. If you think about modern fantasy authors, post-Tolkien fantasy authors, right? I mean, this is one of the ways, Tolkien is viewed very rightly and justly, in my opinion, as the father of the modern fantasy genre. He didn't invent it by any means, but he was the one who really not just popularized it, that's true, but he did more than that. He really developed the model for it as well. He not only established the market for it, he developed the model for it. But anyway, a modern fantasy writer is like how it's supposed to work, is for them to sit down and do all the world building, right? You got to figure out all the things, how things work, and what everything looks like. Like you need to start with like a map and a whole, like if there's magic, you've got to work out your magic system in detail. You've got to have a good clear sense of like the politics and everything else, right? Like you need to build your world in detail before you even start the story, right? That's kind of the sort of modern view of these things. Okay, let's get you out of the way. All right, so we're still going south into the green. All right. But that's not where Tolkien began. Again, he'll sort of end up there. How annoying is that spike? He'll sort of end up there. But good grief. Sorry. He'll end up there, but he didn't start there. And even in The Lord of the Rings, that is a tale which, as he says, grew in the telling. And you can see that it grew in the telling not only in the sense that it got bigger, but that it became a different kind of story as he went along. A lot of these things he sort of learned along the way. Anyway, so the reason I'm talking about all this stuff, cutting class, is that you can see this in the race question as well. As he becomes, in his early stories, again, he wasn't thinking about consistent world building. Like, he was not thinking about, okay, Middle-earth is this vast place, and so, there's going to be, like, people who live in different places are going to look different. Let's have this whole, like, multiracial palette of the world and think about that. He didn't think about that. I think it's pretty clear he didn't think about that. He was... okay, is that it? Did I get them all? Readying for war? Yes, I did. Excellent. Okay, so back to the... Hang on a second. What is that ring? It's a white one, isn't it? Oh, it's just one of the minded blade. Okay. So I should go back to the bridge. I gotta defeat the raft builders, the trolls on the span of the great bridge. Okay. Back to the bridges, I think, and then probably over here I'll collect some Easterlings from down this quadrant and then go back to the culvert. That wasn't so bad. Okay. To the bridge. Okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, he didn't... So, like, the process which you might imagine, right, might have happened, that, like, early on when he's writing The Lord of the Rings, he you know, developed the whole map of Middle-earth. Here we go. He developed the whole map of Middle-earth and, you know, decided, like, who lived there and what they looked like and, you know, all of these things. And he did not do that. It's pretty clear that he didn't do that. And I think that when he began writing The Lord of the Rings, he was primarily, I do think, he was primarily picturing white people like him. He was picturing people. It was an England story, and so that was his default framework. I do believe that to be true. The way in which some have attempted to characterize that, I'm going to burn the bridge I'm actually standing on. Usually an unwise undertaking, but if you're a legendary burglar, you can make it happen. Am I supposed to kill you? I think I am. Hang on. Hold still. Yes, I am supposed to kill 8 of you. So there we go. Again, it was certainly very far from a principle. You know, that is like where he believed in something like whiteness, you know, as a sort of a racial thing. There's absolutely no evidence of anything of that kind. Do I believe that his imagination was sort of set by default to people who looked like Northern Europeans? Yeah, and I think there's plenty of reasons for that, both from where he lived, where and when he lived, and also from the books that he read. But I don't see any evidence that it's anything other than just a kind of default. There were many defaults that he was working under in those days that he moved away from later on because he developed, you know, these other, you know, focal points and interests. In world building, like I said. Am I in combat? Oh, why? Because that rat is attempting to attack me and failing miserably? Okay. Well, I'll go fight this guy then. Oh, there you go. The rat made it. Okay. But anyway, so, but as I said, later on, he does more world building. And so he begins to think this through a little bit more. And one of the things that he is thinking through is geography and culture, geography especially. He said later on, for instance, that Minas Tirith is Ravenna, I believe, about the latitude of Ravenna. So he... is there another one I missed? Oh, there's more over at the next dock, is there? Well, I'll keep looking around here. thought I got them all. All the burnable ones. Some of them are not very flammable, apparently. There must be some at the next dock. He said that Umbar was at about the latitude of Carthage in North Africa, which means that Dol Amroth would be somewhere around Morocco, something like that. When he's working these things out, really kind of thinking the geography and culture through, it's clear that, again, he's thinking differently than the kind of, as I say, sort of default imagination that he had before. And I think it is, I think it is very clear that he certainly nowhere talks or insists on all white people, obviously. And I think that, so for instance, I entirely agree. I think it is entirely, it entirely fits the world that Tolkien was creating. When Lotro made the Gondorians darker skinned, that was a clear choice that they made. So Lotro decided that those of there. Can I swim over here, or will I die? This looks like peaceful, quiet swimming. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I can, just it hurts. Okay. Okay, no problem. Grifflet's tough. He can make it. Can I set fire to it while he's on it and attacking me? Oh, yes. Do I need any more of you dudes? Hang on. No. Which one was this? At the mercy of the Anduin, right? Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Now just have to... I can't remember how to get up to the Great Bridge from here. Can I go to the other side? Yeah, I'll go to the other side and try to circle around and get up there that way. Maybe I'll end at the Great Bridge and then jump down to the culverts. Okay. So I think it's entirely in keeping with the world. So they decided, it appears, that they decided that the Numenoreans were fair-skinned, and that the native Gondorians, because there's a racial mix. Tolkien makes quite a bit of a big deal about this, that there's a racial mix in Gondor between those of Numenorean descent and the sort of natives that lived in that area prior to the Numenoreans. Seriously? A bat? Lose my stealth for a bat? Yeah. Prior to the Numenoreans coming, there were a bunch of folks who lived there already, and they were of a different race, and so they were of a different people. But see, this actually really illustrates the thing which is, I think, most important to understand when you're interested in this question. The first thing to remember is that however interested you may be in this question, you are more interested than Tolkien was in this question. A modern writer would always answer that question, right? Like if you've got, like, take the Gondorian situation, right? Is somebody attacking me? Do I have a defiler on me or something? Is there a reason I'm green? I seem to be under attack. I hate this. Just stop. Whoever you are, knock it off. What do I look like? I'm a burglar over here. See, this is the kind of quest that Wiggin would be better at, my guardian. Oh, I can't attack him because he's sleeping and I'm honorable? Okay. That was weird. Why wasn't it letting me attack him before? Anyway, like I said, a modern author... who was introducing a situation where there was a racial mixture like in Gondor would establish as a matter of course, like, what do they look like? Do they have different skin color? Do they look different? What are their cultures like? And Tolkien doesn't do that. He just doesn't do it. He tells us about the racial mix. He even tells us about the... Yikes. Oh, it's the War Master business. Whatever. He tells us about the racial mixture, about the racial tensions within the city, and he does all that without even hinting at what they look like. And this is so consistent in Tolkien. He doesn't... he's constantly having to write letters like the letter that Beards chapter was to people, explaining, like, people will say that whole Beards chapter came not because he felt this was a really important world building point that needed to be cleared up, but because this woman wrote him saying, can you solve a debate for me? My friends and I are debating. I've always pictured Aragorn as having a beard, and so does he. Notice the fact that you have to ask that question is really interesting. It just never comes up. He just doesn't describe people like that. But when asked, yeah, does he picture Aragorn in a particular way? Yeah, sure. Turns out he does. Turns out that and then it inspires world building because he's at that point in his life, right? Where instead of just saying, yeah, actually, this is how I've always pictured Aragorn, he's like, yes, actually, Aragorn does not have a beard, nor does Faramir, nor Boromir, nor Denethor, because they're of high Numenorean lineage. And the Numenoreans, none of them had beards because of their relationship to the elves, who don't have beards. That's the way he thinks later on. That's how he responds, but he doesn't actually say it in his books. He doesn't give any evidence of that. And this includes skin color. It's one of the things he just doesn't talk about. Very rarely. And when he does, very indirectly. So, yes. So one of the things to keep in mind is that there are... Oh, come on. Oh, I just broke the induction on that bat that was a little bit closer to me than the Troll Scout, of all the annoying things. Okay. I think I finished my Mind and Blade here in this little courtyard. Yes, I did. Look at that clean map. All right, let's get up to the Great Bridge now. So yes, this is one of the things that has led to lots of people shouting different things very loudly, is that it's a classic example of a question that we care very much about. Many of us care very much about, but which a person at a different point in history was not really interested in at all. And that's always difficult. This is true of so many things when you're doing historical inquiry, when you're reading old books. is that you want answers to certain questions that matter to you from your modern perspective. But if those questions are not of interest to the historical people who are reading the historical books that you're reading, who are writing the historical books that you're reading, you're not going to get answers. You're not going to get answers. You're just going to... Okay, this is a good spot to defeat trolls. Hello. And I do believe that are there holes I can fall through on this bridge? Yeah, there are, aren't there? Can I fall through that? Probably can. Come over here. Okay, fine. Knock me further onto the span. Yes. So, unfortunately, the race question really is another... Yikes. Mûmak. Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me. Look, how is an elephant walking over here not the equivalent of 6 dead trolls? All right, I'm going to let you live today. But you should thank me. Mr. Mûmak. I know he's a roving threat. Who does he think he's fooling? Who does he think he's threatening? I'm not afraid. $2.5 million hit points. I know. I noticed. Hey there, bridge guard. Come on. Come out here. There we go. Who's a good bridge guard? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was just looking for another one, and then he spawned, so... Fine. Good. One more. One more. So, again, cutting class, coming back at the end. My answer to the question, do I believe that, you know, there are people of other skin color than white in Middle-earth? Yeah, sure. That seems to me by far the best and most suitable way to describe and convey the kind of world that Tolkien was determinedly building at the end, doing the kind of world building that he was doing. Oh, hey there, Mr. Roving Threat. Come on, bring it. He's running away. Oh, yeah? Come on, I'll charge you down. Ha-ha! Oh, yeah, you want another pass? Come on. Coward. Alright, so we're going this way. Excuse me, guys, just looking for the culvert. Gotta jump off the cliff over here or something. Maybe there's stairs. Oh, yeah, there are. Okay. So yes, I do think that not only the most sensible, but the most sensitive treatment of Tolkien's world, and not just the world that he described, but the trajectory of, if you follow the trajectory of his own writing and with his increasing emphasis on world building, would he have wanted, what he manifestly wanted was a realistic world. What he insisted upon repeatedly was that the world of Middle-earth was our world, was like our world. In other words, and our world is, which I myself have noticed on several occasions, not a world entirely peopled by white people. And so I suspect that's in fact what Tolkien envisioned. And to say otherwise seems utterly nonsensical to me. The way in which people project their own racial theories, racial prejudices, onto Tolkien, again, as if I just, when people use words like whiteness, for instance, Tolkien was utterly uninterested in that. Even his talk about, the mythology for England and stuff like that has nothing to do with race and skin color. That is an anachronistic view of Tolkien's entire concept of land and nationality and all that kind of thing. So none of that makes any sense. And the people who try to argue those points keep coming back to nothing but arguments from absence, basically. Tolkien didn't describe, people, brown-skinned people in Middle-earth. Well, Tolkien doesn't tell us what color Pippin's hair is either. Does that mean Pippin's bald? Like, you can't prove that Pippin had hair because we're not told what color it is. I mean, it's a thing that Tolkien didn't do. I mean, so when you combine the two things, the fact that he was not doing that kind of world building at the beginning, and only kind of came into it, and so does not go into great detail with many of the different things. But also, when you consider that he spent so little time physically describing what his characters looked like, and that includes their skin color. But anyway, all right. Let's hand in our quests. We did the things. Whoa, I haven't had any dialogue boxes today. There are many to look after down here. I've made that... oh, yeah, I found all the supplies, man. You're welcome. But don't ask me to do it again.
We must protect Gondor.
That's right. I burned lots of rafts. I so did. Don't worry about it.
The Morgul host must be
These blades were once held by men I considered brothers, but for those of us yet alive, they may still protect us from the darkness. Hey, man, no worries. And like the armor and stuff, yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Hal here.
What news have you?
Well, I didn't torture them before I executed them, but I did execute a bunch of them, so. And Damrod. Right? You got some of these too?
There is
I heard the thunder of their falls even down here, but did the bridge not break? Dude, Mûmak walking over it. Unfortunate, but we cannot let that halt our efforts. Okay.
We must take the victories.
They number in the thousands, my friend, but each one that we defeat bolsters my hope for the future of the White City. Oh, yeah, the Easterlings and Haradrim. Okay, what do you... You've got the next one, but we don't want that yet. Soon, Damrod, soon. Okay, Ashes and Stars it is. Let's do it. And I believe that means the other... Is this it? Yeah. Sunken Labyrinth. Here we come. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to do this instance, or am I not there yet? What did it say? Yeah, okay, it is. Faramir might be found somewhere within the Sunken Labyrinth. Okay, yep. Great. Okay. Phenomenal. Let's do it. Sunken Labyrinth. Oh, it's a 3-man? Okay. So let's do it. What should we do? 75? What would you recommend? If it's a 3-man, I can do it almost on level. Let's go 90. Well, I could go to 50, but... Okay. I'll go back to 75. Let's go 75. Grifflet has some pride, after all. Your search for Faramir leads you to the subterranean tunnels under Osgiliath, where he may have fled to escape an enraged fell beast. Shed light on the Ranger's disappearance by delving into the darkness. Okay. Traveling.
Your search for Faramir leads you to the subterranean tunnels under Osgiliath, where he may have fled to escape an enraged fell beast. Shed light on the Ranger's disappearance by delving into the darkness.
Okay. No. I'm not going to do a subterranean slugfest. That is not happening. I'm not doing challenge deeds in an instance. Again, Grifflet has limits. Okay. Defeat the troll abomination Dagron. Defeat the half-troll abomination Muzgásh. Hey, are those my old friends from up, from down a ways? That's awesome. Those are the two that I met before, right? Got some culvert slugs, which I believe the slugfest would induce me to do. I was going to say, why am I not in stealth? Rangers warned of foul creatures lurking within these tunnels. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's do my labyrinth thing. I always have the same approach when I'm doing labyrinths, which is always turn the same direction. Today we're doing right-hand turns. You think the slugs look tasty, guys? Abomination worker? Does that mean you're a worker who is an abomination, or that you are somebody who works abominations in some way? I think you are an abomination. Okay. All right. Okay, so that did not go up, but that's okay. I'm hitting levers. Hey, I do sometimes use delete. I just did when I was... Yeah, see? I see that lever. I just went there. Don't think I don't see what you guys are doing. I do. All right. You give up, you're lost. That's okay. You just got to keep going, you know? Hitting levers. Trusting that things are going to open somewhere when you hit levers. Seriously, Grifflet, you're not fighting yourself. Sound of chains cease. Okay. That's not good. Wait, what was that? What did it say? I missed it. I was looking at the chat and totally missed that message. Oh, the levers are timed? Okay. Well, it's a good thing this isn't annoying. It's okay, there's a vase down here. What was I doing? Oh man, slugs are nasty. Okay, how about targeting the creatures? Will that work for you? Okay, Gryfflet, seriously. I'll get out of this AoE sludge. And let's return to the vase. What were we examining the vase? No, we're picking it up. I found a Gondorian relic. Oh, good. I don't have a quest for that or anything. It's probably a deed, which is useless to me. Okay. All right, so we've got 3 levers. Now that I've killed everybody, well, not quite everybody. Are these guys gonna all stay dead if I just like go through and slaughter all of the denizens of the area here? Doom, doom, doom. Okay. Okay, sound of chains. I'm attracting a lot of friends, but that's okay. I'm running. Let's see what happens here. We're going to come around to the other side. It would not... Seriously. Alright, I'm killing a lot of you. I don't even care. All right. Will they not come back? All right. No, why didn't this go when I hit it? I hit it. I hit you. Nothing happened. Like, it's not even that I was interrupted. Nothing happened. That was annoying. Okay. They shouldn't respawn. Great. See, look at me. Using delete. Totally a thing I do. All right. Hitting the lever. And then back around and hitting the lever. Okay, now what? What's supposed to happen? Hit them all 3. the heck? I hate stuff like this. Okay, hang on. Let's do a little run speed boost. Might as well. Yeah, I used all 3 of them. I'll do it again. Does it matter what order you use them in? I know delete just selects. I did activate it. I used delete and U. That's what I'm doing here. We'll do it again. Okay. Number 1. Number 2. Things like this I find really vexing. I've never been one who's really liked the puzzle part of games and things. In the center space after all 3 are triggered. Okay. There it goes. Hang on a second. Let me just check something. There's nothing... Okay, there's literally nothing over here other than slugs. So it's not going to be something... Okay. Okay. Wait, really? I can reach all 3 levers with the delete key from the center? No. It's gonna let me remote control them like that? No, it's not. Nah, I can't reach anything but the middle one from here. I mean, where am I supposed to be? I can't even see the levers from here. No, it's not reaching them. No, that wasn't my delete key. I was experimenting. See, no, this is my delete key. I can get that lever from over here. All right, so I'm going to go to the middle one last. I'm going to start over here. I'll go to the far one, and then I'll come back to the middle to see who opens what. All right, here we go. Delete, use. All right, there we go. We've got some kind of hidden mechanism going on. Okay. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 stupid rats. And now I went the wrong way. Give me the rats. Crying out loud. Okay. We'll start again. Was focused on the rats. Okay, okay. No, I know. I could probably do it from here, right? Okay. Go. Sound of chains. Ah, the sweet, sweet sound of chains. Going to the far one now. Okay, got that one. Saw it move. definitely hit that switch. Yay. Boy. Good grief. Why? It won't target them. Is it because I'm over level? That might be it. Okay. Now, in order to get this thing open, now I've got 3 levers, and there's probably like some really annoying combination. Where's the... Hang on, where's the keyboard command for hit the next thing? Not the UI settings. Key mapping. Delete to hit the thing nearest you. But then I'm trying to remember where I mapped. Right, here we go. Nearest NPC. Nearest item. Next item is not mapped to anything. Yeah, well, that would explain it, wouldn't it? Wait, what is end mapped to? Doesn't seem to do anything. So yeah, give it to me. It was... do not seem to be mapped to anything at all here. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So. 1. 1, 2. Okay. Fine. Here we are. Back to stealth. Okay. We've got all these abomination persons. I have nothing against any of you abominable people. Abominables are people too. Sound of organized orcs. Oh man, what an ominous sound indeed. Abominable archers. Everything's fine up here. No worries. Okay. They're unionized, I know, right? Like, is it a... was it a meeting with somebody... was somebody volunteering to take minutes? Is that what you were overhearing? No one gets in here. No one at all. Oh, an abominable heaver. Okay. Just relax. Just relax. This will be easier. Okay, so the fact that you're guarding that suggests I should go there, but let's just be a little thorough and look around to make sure we see... oh, there's a vase over here, but I don't think we care. So, we'll just slip past you here, Mr. Heaver. Okay. Oh, who are you over there? Fresh bodies from the chopping block. Quickly collect them. Ugh. Are we doing abominable experiments over here? Swarming rats. An abominable heaver. I know they're called abomination heavers, but abominable is such a fun adjective that I want to... standard little Sauron sword thing. Bowing down with your faces in the slimy water is kind of hardcore. Okay, so you are an abominable defiler. Oh man, I'm sorry, Mr. Abominable Warrior. Oh, I'm drawing all manner of attention here. Yeah, I see. It's not auto-targeting because they're grayed out. That makes a certain amount of sense, I suppose. Okay. Man, I'm drawing them from like miles away. Good grief! What am I... Why am I still losing health? Phew. That was a little alarming. Okay. I was going to say I should theoretically start recovering health here. With incredible slowness. Holy cow. Why can't I eat anything? I can't. It won't let me. I don't think... It doesn't look like I'm in I am in combat. What am I in combat with? I killed everything in the whole room. Well, I'll head over here and flip the lever anyway. Am I in combat with the Defiler? There's nobody else. I hate it when I get stuck in combat. That is locked. I can't use the lever. It's a good thing that this instance isn't annoying at all. It won't let me hide in plain sight. It's grayed out. I have no idea why. Nor can I do Hobbit Silence, nor can I do Stealth. Instances don't allow hide in plain sight? Do they also take skills away from other classes? Though stealth is grayed out, and it certainly I was certainly able to use it before. Oh, finally. That guy must have been up against the concrete there or something. Good grief. Okay. Okay, so the lever is locked. So there's another lever that I have to hit first. Your leader is Saruman? That seems improbable. You guys seen a lever or anything? Know how to unlock that thing over there? Is there another thing to do? Got some slugs and rats over here. Minding their own business. This heaver, there was just a vase in this corner. Don't need that. Yeah, just the ones that let you juke your way out of combat? Yeah, like a burglar. So they should disable an equal number of combat skills from combat classes. Just because burglars are too awesome to be allowed doesn't mean they should be disallowed. You know what I'm saying? If I were a guardian, I wouldn't need them. I'm a burglar, so I do. Anyway, what? I guess I'll just, kill everybody. Maybe that'll help. Don't you call me a Snaga. Who are you calling Snaga? What is going on here? Am I afraid? I seem to be running away. The tunnel will be my grave. It seems unlikely. Okay. I killed everybody. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh wait, not everybody. This guy felt left out. Okay. Now nobody's left out. Can I open the lever now? Can I write a strongly worded letter? Yeah. No. What the heck? Just give me story to talk about. That's all I ask. Not annoying, like... It's not really going to be linked to you have to kill everything, is it? Why not just take the burglar class off the... Whatever. Hi, I'm going to kill you in case it somehow miraculously unlocks that lever. I'm sorry. You should speak to your union bosses. But now I seem to be running away. I hear the sound of a lever mysteriously unlocking in the distance. Seems fair that burglars should have to suffer like the rest of you. Well, why be a burglar then? See, like, I sometimes play Grifflet as if he were just a, like, particularly weak guardian. But why even be the class if you have to just fight everybody straight up? Like, you know, the other classes that have fighting skills. Okay. Is there another lever? He says, frantically hitting the delete button. No, I don't want the vase. Unless I need the vase. Do I need the vase? No. Oh, yeah. Boy, I'm drawing slugs from 8 miles away. All the slugs. Okay. That was essential. That was essential. Oh, looks, you soiled yourself on the way over, huh? Alright, you can't tell me that those random slugs are essential. I guess I don't actually need to stealth, as I've killed most everything. Love the stars on the side of it. Okay. So what do you say, guys? Going north from here is precisely what I'm attempting to do. But doesn't seem to be any possibility of going north from here. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing. I guess I'll just go back and kill everything, which is dull. I can't understand how this could possibly do any good. I must have missed something. East, then north. Yeah, that's the passage I'm trying to get through. There's nothing else. Yeah, that's the gated passage. Unless there's another lever? That I just overlooked? I'm hitting delete as I go. Seeing if there is anything that I can click on that might... Do I have to go back and hit another combination of... Okay, wait. I just found a lever. Oh, yeah, it's like the old lever that I hit to get in here. I never hit this third lever over here. What does that do? Oh, it opens all the other gates. Okay. Was this first lever unnecessary? Did that lock the other one or something? Hi, folks. Okay. I'm just walking around, hitting delete, seeing if there's anything I'm meant to click on. Don't think so. I enter this cavern. Over here was just the vase. No other pathway. Come up there, there's just the corner of the room. There are gates over here with nothing behind them and no levers. Okay. So none of you remember what is going on here? Yeah, the one where the orcs are sniping you from above is this one. I killed those guys. I mean, I sneaked under them and then killed them from up top, but still. Okay, here I am on the other side of that gate for which there were no levers. You just have to fight all the mobs. So I have to go hunt down every rat and slug in this entire place, and then it will unlock the lever? That is, like, offensively annoying. Wait a second. No, I thought I could click on Sauron there for a second, but no. Apparently not. Alright, I'll try again. Maybe I've killed enough orcs now. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm riding my alderman. So, you guys can take it up with your union reps, but I am now obligated to kill all of you. Because if I don't, I won't be able to get through doors. So, really, you guys should consult the authorities. I do this under protest. Okay. Well, I can ignore the vases at least. Okay. An abominable archer. Couple abominable archers. Lever that probably won't work. Some rats and slugs. I think I can ignore the rats and slugs, at least. I love how the slugs aggro on me from really far away. Just can't be too careful. Okay. Fine. Oh, sorry guys, I'm afraid you have to die too. Hey, okay. Something large stalks the ruined halls. Look both ways before you enter the sewer. Okay. Something large, huh? Is it that Mûmak? Did it follow me down? Did it take my taunts personally? Okay, let's see. I don't see anything large. Nothing here. Okay, this is getting a little bit more labyrinth-like now. I mean, still no David Bowie, but still. Okay. Oh. Hey, it's Dagron, looking good, man. What happened to you? You really let yourself go. Okay.
I will eat your body and leave the bones.
Well, that's how it normally works. I mean, there aren't that many people who eat the bones.
Barad Nemorn was a fool's camp. Now I am in charge down here.
And you are much uglier than you used to be.
Make a good snack.
Really? You're surprisingly articulate.
Muzgásh will see to your death if we do not. We are Sauron's secret.
Oh.
We are the under.
Oh, no, sorry. You should have kept monologuing. What's it? You are Sauron's secret? We are the underhost? Okay. We don't usually get voiceover in-battle taunts. Who am I still in combat with? Oh, there you are. Where was he hiding? He must have been in the labyrinth behind me or something. I'm still in combat? What do I use the rubble for? That I was gonna go through there. I'm supposed to block it though, I guess. All right. Okay. Well, I'm halfway through this perfectly scintillating instance. Okay. Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh, here we go. Why am I don't have any quest instructions to block entrances, but this is what we're doing. Okay. Crude barrier. Crude barrier already in progress. Preventing myself from leaving this perfectly delightful labyrinth. Okay. Go, a little small chest. A little boss present there. Okay. So now we're leaving. Oh, we got some more guys whom I'm going to be compelled to kill, I think. Is this a dead end down here? Yes, it is. Great. You slugs keep up the good work. Stand your ground. Yeah, you never know when somebody's right behind you. Still a rat attacking me. Okay. You'll never get by us. You talking to me? Who's that guy? No, he's just an abominable worker. So you're actually talking to me? Oh, another set of 3 levers. Oh, who doesn't love that? So, what is the explanation for what happened to Dagron? I mean, he was a perfectly serviceable troll when I met him before. So is the idea that Sauron has been experimenting since then? We're Sauron's secret, he says. Alright, just checking to make sure I'm not actually finding quest items or anything annoying like that. Okay. Is that, what did that one? Conjure a slug. So number 1 conjures a slug. What does number 4 do? Conjures a slug. Trying to deselect it. Okay. So 1. Fine. Go on. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. It's a good thing that we're looking for Faramir, because Faramir is worth almost any amount of annoyance. An emptied campsite with a note. Okay, sorry rats, but I think I have to clear you out, because you're gonna see me when I pick up the note anyway. Hastily written and swiftly descends into madness and incoherence. Did that just give me the chapter 2 quest? Search further? Okay. Hunt figure ahead, runs away. Look! Vanished in the shadows, huh? The stronghold of the Underhost. Oh, good. No one gets in here. Oh boy. Okay. Door. That makes a nice change. Just looking around here first. Anything over here? Just us slugs. Am I in a time limit today? Yeah. No, not as badly, actually. But I can't take all of Druid's Fire's time. We'll see if I can finish this alarming instance. Alarmingly annoying, that is. I'd just go through the door, but it probably won't open, so... Hey, Muzgásh. Oh, you also looking good. So, can you please give me some monologue and tell me what happened to you? I want to hear your story, man.
What gives you the right to enter the keep of the Underhost?
I don't think that's the question here. I am Muzgásh, leader of this great secret army. I forged this command after a misfortunate invasion. These fools who ousted me from my post, that's me, actually. I remember doing that. But now you've gained new power and await Sauron's call. Tell me about the new power. How did it happen? Did you fall into a vat of acid? We will rise from the darkness, right? You worthless scum, blah, blah, blah. For that I will burn. Yeah, but tell me more about the process. How does becoming an abomination make you feel? What exactly happened here? Yikes.
I await Sauron's command.
Don't.
The Underhost will crush you all.
These guys are just workers. No, I'd rather not let the fires engulf me if it's all the same to you. Why is it not letting me attack him? That's not cool. What's going on here? Seriously. I killed the ads. Why is his morale green? Why can't I? Why will it not let me fight him? Okay, now there's an ad, but still. If you make him, you know, unhittable, that's not exactly cricket. I can kill the ads, sure. What was that? Really? This instance. Where am I? You have to lure him into falling debris. I'm telling you. Seriously. Oh yeah, there's the door. I love seeing the little rats swimming across the sludge towards me. Stay cute, culvert rat. Stay cute. All right. Muzgásh, we need to have a talk here. Okay. I'm sorry, Druid's Fire. This is taking forever. At least I didn't have to restart the entire instance. And Muzgásh, you don't even give me any interesting information.
The right to enter the keep of the Underhost.
Mm-hmm. At least I can stealth myself after you begin. Not that it matters. What are you wearing? Whose armor is that? Okay. Yeah. For that I will surely burn. Are we there yet? Okay.
I'll burn you all down.
All of me?
I await Sauron's command.
Okay, well, you're not waiting very patiently, one has to admit.
The Underhost will crush you all.
Yikes. This is going much more poorly than last time. Yeah. Oy. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're not fussed about it, Druid's Fire. Because, yes, I am out next week. That is true. I was trying to accomplish something this week. Instead of just being trapped in this hateful instance. For all eternity. Okay, well, let's eat something again. What are these? Hope token? Nah, I'm not experiencing any dread.
What gives you the right to enter the keep of the Underhost?
Can I just attack you and get it over with? No. The misfortunate invasion is interesting. Do they enhance healing? Well, hey, look. What do I have to lose? Mm-hmm. Right. Is that my cue? Oh, good.
I'll burn you all down. I await Sauron's command.
Okay, defeated the ants. Keeping my morale up.
I will not fail the Dark Lord.
I think you might. I have a premonition. That the Dark Lord is going to be very disappointed with you, Muzgásh. Okay, why was I able to just kill him that time and he didn't? Was that a glitch the first time? Where's the mysterious ranger? Oh, there he is. Hang on. Fancy chest. Reclaimed Shield of the Preserver. That's a fun name. Shoes of the Nobleman. Reclaimed Shoes of the Nobleman. I'm shopping at the secondhand store here. Hey! Hey, mysterious figure! I'm in hot pursuit. It's fled above ground. Oh, good. Let's do that. Boy. Travel to Minas Tirith and speak with Kuragant. No, not yet. Deliver the note to Mablung and tell him of the mysterious ranger. Okay, let me just complete this quest. Boy. Yeah, I think it must have been a glitch. That is infuriating. Okay.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
The tidings you bear disturb me. The letter you bear mentions that terrible wraith thrust a blade into his chest, but he did not die. Only his body began to wither. It then reads only of a man succumbing to madness, and I fear his mind can only have grown more twisted since its writing. For Faramir to come to such an end would be devastating. Don't worry, it's not Faramir. And I fear that we must uncover this man's identity before our search can continue elsewhere. There are many ways out of these tunnels, but his flight cannot have taken him far from the culverts. You have told me much of this strange man, but most troubling is your description of his clothing. By your account, he bears a cloak that belonged to none but our Captain Faramir. If this man is Faramir, our cause is lost, and we should forge a new strategy to escape the city before dawn. However, if he is not, who would be so bold as to take up a mantle beyond his standing and elude the aid of his brethren? Search the southern ways of the city, on both shores of the Anduin, for his path would lead him either to the camps of the Haradrim or to the ruins of the armory across the Orcish bridge rafts. I remember. Track him and capture him if you must, for we must learn his identity. So I'm just supposed to search the city? There's no... Yeah, okay. It's not it's not an instance yet? Oh good, there is one in the Dome of the Stars. So am I going to end up doing both of these as well? The Dome of the Stars and the Ruined City? Okay. All right, so quests between the instances. All right. Well, that ended up being a bit of a project. Sorry. So I'm running late here. Next time, we will try to finish that instance tree. But unfortunately, that will not be for 2 weeks. I'm going to Australia next week for Osmoot. That is going to be tremendous amounts of fun and a long, long trip for me. But I'm very much looking forward to that too. So I won't be here next week, but I will be here the week after. In fact, I think it's the only broadcast I'll be doing the week after I get back. Because Mythgard Academy, we finished Alice's adventures, and we're going to start the War of the Jewels in Mythgard Academy, Volume 11 of the History of Middle-earth. But we won't be starting that until the next week, on the 8th of February. So, yeah, it'll be the 3rd of February. I'll be back here. It'll be my next broadcast. So, thanks, everybody. And it was great to see you guys today for a slightly frustrating instance. And I will be back next week. Talk to you guys later. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.